Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This is your weekly NXT versus AEW video for this week. All the results for this week's show. Latest episode of Being the Elite episode can be found at this link, number 176. After the tapings of that Cody Rhodes, Darby Allin, Nick Jackson, and Matt Jackson needed to close the show from last week. Matt comes out. Nick wonders where his Young Buck shirt is. Matt comes back out with all the recent merchandise Nick has wanted him to wear. Then they throw a bunch of merchandise, pieces of tables from the last match, and even hand out a chair to the crowd. The crowd wants Cody's watch. He says he can't do that, but he'll give up his tie. MJF tries to get him to stop. Crowd boos. Cody does it anyway. AEW announced that New Year's Day edition of Dynamite will air live on Wednesday, January 1st, 2020, from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. This will be AEW's return to their home city. Daly's Place is where July's Fight for the Fallen event was held. Tickets for the Dynamite Homecoming episode will go on sale this coming Friday at AEWTix.com and starts at $20. As seen in this link, promotional graphic for Dynamite Homecoming includes Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, and Hangman Adam Page. AEW has announced that a special panel of 3 judges will be brought to the Full Gear pay-per-view to decide the result of Cody Rhodes versus AEW champion Chris Jericho if the match goes longer than 60-minute time limit. No word yet on who the 3 judges will be. Can I give you a spoiler alert? I'm going to predict draw. Possible title held up in the air. That's how I would do it. Oh, but they will be seated at ringside for the match. AEW noted that the judges must vote for the winner if there is no winner at the end of the time limit. If there is not a unanimous vote, then the winner of the match will be the one who had the majority of the votes. NWA Power episode number 4 can be found on this link. Back to AEW. Before tonight's show, Shawn Spears with Tony Blanchard defeated Michael Nakazawa. This match probably on your dark. Tony Schiavone was at the airport to hype the contract signing between Cody and AEW World Champ Chris Jericho at Full Gear. Dustin and Cody head out of the airplane and shake hands with each other and then with Schiavone. Schiavone and Cody take a ride together to the arena for the signing. This was your starting of the show. At All Elite AEW, AE Wrestling, the contract signing between can be found at this link at Cody Rhodes at I Am Jericho for hashtag AEW Full Gear is going down tonight. They recap of last night's Dynamite with Jon Moxley. Last week's Dynamite with Jon Moxley and PAC going to the time limit draw. After the show, PAC put a chair around Moxley's neck and looked to finish him off, but Kenny Omega made the save. PAC then bumped into Adam Page, who let PAC know that they will meet at Full Gear. And angered, Moxley goes in and talks with AEW Tony Khan, who says his match against Omega is going to be an unsanctioned lights out match. And that's tonight. So it won't count towards a win-loss match. Moxley is really mad that this match won't count, despite him going for the top guy. Moxley says Khan just doesn't want him to get a win over his boy. Moxley says whatever happened to Omega is on Khan's head. JR and Excalibur, a masked wrestler, welcome the fans to it with Schiavone on his way. Hangman Page versus Sammy Guevara is your first match. Page going for an early pin. Guevara kicks out. Lands a big drop kick covers for a 2 count. Crowd's booing Guevara hard and starts up a Sammy Sucks chant. Guevara kicks Page, leaps off the ropes, but is caught in midair. Following Sam, chip up by Page. Guevara clothesline out to the floor. Page goes out, throws him in the ring, but Guevara slips right back out and trips up Page, so he crashes down on the apron. Guevara then sends Page into the barricade. Comments from AEW, it's AE Wrestling on Twitter. Just a good old slap to the face at this link. Action from the match. Back inside the ring, Guevara throws some forearms, puts Page on his shoulders, squats with him, then drops him to the mat. He does like his body does. Cover for a 2 count. Guevara up top, looks to fly, but jumps down and just slaps Page back in the face. An angry Page gets up and chops Guevara hard. Guevara lands a thrust kick, but eats a lariat. The two end up on the apron. Page looks for the dead eye. Guevara fights it off, runs down the apron, and takes a sidewalk slam on the apron. Page in control, back in the ring, powerbomb on Guevara, covers for a 2 count. More action in this link from TD_wrestling. The Adam Page soars. Guevara gets dumped to the floor. Page with a huge moonsault to the floor. He throws Guevara back in the ring. Looks for the buckshot lariat, but Sammy bails to the outside of the ring. Both players trade big strikes. Page flip to the apron. Guevara goes to hit the ropes, but Page lands the buckshot lariat as Guevara turns back around, covers for the 3 count. Winner by pinfall, Adam Page. After the match, Page gets on the mic. He says it's not a secret. Things have been going so well for him, but tonight felt good. He says at Full Gear he will do some cowboy, and it didn't get cowboy crap. It didn't did not get censored, and even the crowd was saying it. And take PAC's head off with crowd chanting cowboy crap. Backstage, the Rock and Roll Express bump into Private Party, who give them some necklaces. Shauna versus Hikaru Shida was up next, and the action can be found in this link thanks to TDE_wrestling. Shida Hikaru is awesome. The two women trade weights and wrist locks. Collar elbow tie up. Shayna with a couple of arm drags, flipping neck breaker, covers for a 1 count. Shida gets sent out to the floor. Shayna looks to fly, eats a big knee. Shida looks under the ring, pulls out a chair, sets it up on the floor. Then does a flying knee off the chair. Shida high fives a bunch of fans after that one. Back inside the ring with Shida nailing another knee as the crowd chants, lets out a Shida chant. Backbreaker on Shauna, covers for a 1 count. More knees for Shida. Shauna with a sneaky inside cradle, covers for a 2 count. Shida goes right back to work though, looks for a brainbuster. Nope, big forearm to the face. More action at this link from TDE_wrestling. Shida Hikaru showing tremendous determination. The two wrestlers end up on the second rope. Shana finally gets a headbutt. Hits a solid double stomp on Shida. Covers 2.5. Crowd really thought that was a 3 count. Even I myself thought it was 3. Shana with a running kick and then taunts Shida with a bit. Shana with a double underhook. Shida fights back off and then lifts Shana up and then just drops her down on the mat. Shana rolls to the apron. Shida gets the second rope and hits a deadlift suplex, covers, only gets a 2 count. Shida looks for a running knee, cover, nope, gets a 2 count. Multiple pinning attempts, spinning heel kick by Shana, running knee by Shida, Falcon Arrow, covers for a 2 count. Running knee strike, hits on Shana, covers, and that'll do it. Winner by pinfall, Hikaru. And you got a video for Brandy Rhodes, new character development, who has photos of the women's division around her. Brandy apparently has some kind of witch now. Awesome Kong brings some blonde hair and cuts off a hunk of it. Very similar to what she did in WWE. The baby doll type thing. Brandy looks like she casts a spell as she screams, and a wave blows out a bunch of candles in front of her. To end the segment. I've been pronouncing this guy's name wrong. I do apologize. It's Chris Van Vliet. As he introduces the Rock and Roll Express on the stage, they come out to the AEW World Tag Team Championship as they bring out the belts. They start to talk about being back in West Virginia, but Santana and Ortiz bum rush them from behind. Santana has a loaded sock and smacks both guys. Crowd booing as Santana and Ortiz check out the tag title belts. Then they pick up and slam Morton through a portion of the stage. I think it just had a table, what have you, which broke, uncovered, what have you. The Young Bucks run out to chase away Santana and Ortiz, and they check on the Rock and Roll Express. And that little segment. And you can find that action at this link, thanks to at TDE_wrestling. Rock and Roll, me, at Santana _proud, and Ortiz _powerful. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Hashtag AEW on TNT. Also, another tweet from at TDE_wrestling. Good night. And the link. Back with the limo, Tony Schiavone and Cody are on the way to the arena. Tony thought Cody would be more nervous. Schiavone recalls meeting Willie Nelson long time ago, and also getting to go to meet Dusty Rhodes. He knocks on the door. Dusty says, "Come on in," but he's naked. Dusty asks if Willie is out there already. Tony says yes, and Dusty says the superstar always comes out last. Tony says it's good to make them wait, and that's what he wants Cody to do to Jericho. Cody talks about his mom and how he just wants to impress her. He comments about wanting to beat Jericho, noting they've been in locker rooms previously. In that segment, QT Marshall, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds versus Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. Entrance videos for Best Friends feature some Rick and Morty footage. Remember I told you last week there would be some cartoon characters mask being passed out throughout the arena. I didn't see very many myself. Just some wrestlers and what have you. They are then introduced by the duo as a group, dressed as characters from the show. As they head to the ring, Taylor drops Silver. Trent tags in. They drop Silver again. Trent's wig falls off. He puts it back on. Silver then yanks the wig off and throws it. Crowd didn't like that. Marshall and Reynolds charge over and knock Cassidy and Taylor off the apron. Silver charges in the corner. Nobody home. Trent hits the door and DDT off the ropes. Taylor with a standing slice spread on Marshall. Trent tags back in. Running knee. Soul food. Half suplex. Action being found at that link thanks to Mr. Lariat too. They go in for a hug. Marshall breaks it up though. Crowd boos. Cassidy rolls it into a hug, into the ring. Sans costume to a big pop. Cassidy with big kicks to the leg, lands a drop kick that sends Marshall out of the ring. His glasses fall off. Referee puts them back on. All three guys hug to a big pop. Cassidy with his hands in his pocket takes out two guys on the outside. Strong zero by Best Friends on Silver, covers for the 3 count. Winners of the match, Best Friends and Orange Cassidy by pinfall. AEW World Champion Chris Jericho in a purple jacket and pumpkins all over it. Heads out to the stage for tonight's contract signing. Cody gets out of the limo and heads in with Tony. Jericho barely looking at Cody as he comes out to the stage. Jericho then stands up and barks a bit at the crowd. Tony moderates the signing. Mega Perrick, AEW's chief legal officer, has the official contract. Female. Cody gets the papers first and signs them right away, as he's a challenger. Parrott hands the papers over to Jericho, who looks them over a bit, quickly stands up and laughs. Cody hops back up to his feet, taking a tease from Jericho. Gotcha. Thought I was going to lift the table over. Go ahead, sit down. This match is too important. As the crowd says, Jericho sucks. I don't suck. Shivani sucks. Or Skiavone sucks. A new nickname for Shivani. Jericho says, this match is too big to powerbomb anyone through a table. And that actually can be found at this link. Thanks to AE Wrestling. Tricked you. Jericho says it's Cody's biggest match because if he wins, he gets what he wanted, to be the world champion. Although, if he loses, then Cody isn't as good as he thought he was. Jericho continues that he's going to teach Cody a lesson. Then does the pin click, like he did with the list gimmick. He quickly stands up and gets Cody to stand up. Cody tosses off a jacket. Jericho says, calm down, hillbillies, to the crowd. A-hole chant starts up for the crowd. Shivani and Parrott back off the scene. Jericho says they are true pros and can sign the papers without an incident. Jericho puts his hand out to Cody for a handshake. I'll see you November 9th at Full Gear. Cody then shakes it and pulls Jericho back to his face to face. Cody said something to him, as you couldn't hear it on the microphone, which can be seen in this link, thanks to at AE Wrestling, at Real Jake Hager, attacking at Dustin Rhodes, here in Charleston, West Virginia, Fear the Inner Circle, as as the segment was ending in the arena, but they just showed a video of what was happening backstage in the parking lot with Dustin. Well, Jericho then says Cody could stand with him all night, but he might be needed elsewhere. In the background, as they show the video, Sammy shows up on the big screen with Jake Hager beating up Dustin Rhodes outside the arena. He low blows Dustin with his knee, similar to what happened in his MMA fight over the weekend, and then slams Dustin's head into the limo, denting it. As the announcer even said, yeah, the car's even dented. Hager then slams the car door on Dustin's arm. He yells in pain as Cody and MJF run out with some security to chase Guevara and Hager off. Jericho heads out and then lights up a cigar as he checks out what happened. You might want to take him to the hospital, man. Happy Halloween. As the show closes. Actually, as they cut back. And Jericho yelling. Hybrid number 2, Angelico and Jack Evans with Kip Sabian versus Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Sabian and company get the jump on their opponents while they pose in the ring. Sabian with a flip over the top rope, taking out both Nick and Matt. Omega with a low sweeping drop kick, taking out both guys. Young Bucks get involved in the fun with a flurry of double team moves. They look to pose, but Young Bucks get pulled out to the floor. Evans kicks Omega out of the ring. Handspring flip to the floor on Omega. Back inside the ring, Sabian and Matt go at it. Sabian with a hurricane off the ropes on Matt. Crowd with a Young Bucks chant. Evans with a handspring elbow on Matt. Double stomp side suplex combo on Matt. Angelico then stretches out Matt, but Omega boots him to break things up to avoid a submission. Well, Mr. Larry too says Suzuki special and action at that link. Matt controlling Sabian. Nick with a springboard splash. As Matt hits a standing moonsault, Sabian tries for a deathly hollows, but He then hits a reverse run on Matt. Crowd really into this one. Lots of them on their feet. Omega and Evans tag on. Evans misses a kick. Omega with a snap jumper suplex. A dragon suplex. Then gets one on Angelico. He tries for it on Sabian, but gets elbowed. Countered. Still able to hit the third one on Sabian after that. Omega looks for the B trigger on Evans. Nobody home. He tries for a German suplex. Evans lands on his feet and hits a front flipping axe kick. Matt gets it in there. Powerbomb. Kick to the back of the head by the Young Bucks. Nick with a super kick to Sabian. Angelico holds Nick on the shoulders. Evans climbs to the top rope. Bounces off Nick. Nails a moonsault to the floor on Matt. Back in the ring. Omega with a big knee on Sabian. Omega then looks to fly, but Sabian stops him. Omega sent out to the floor. Sabian mocks Omega's Terminator clap. Flips out, but is caught by all three guys and powerbomb on Apron. Apron tries to springboard into the ring and eats his triple super kick. Super kick party. Omega with a V trigger on Evans. One ring angle. And 1, 2, 3. Winners of the match, Young Bucks and Kenny Omega by pinfall. And action can be found, what happened after the match is right here at AE Wrestling at Santana _proud and at Ortiz _powerful, not stopping their attack as the Young Bucks celebrating over win, going around ringside as they come up to two masked guys. They start shaking hands. And you got Ricky and Morty mask on. They hold on to Matt and Nick's hands. They remove the mask and it's Santana and Ortiz again. They yank the Bucks over the barricade and beat them up. Before Omega gets over there for the save. And Omega helps them to the back. The librarians, Peter Avalon and Leva Bates, head out to the ring. Avalon on the mic, structures the crowd. He says it's Halloween time, and it's an appropriate time for the hideous monsters in the crowd to look like they do. Avalon says it makes sense why wrestling hasn't been here in 20 years, because it's rotten. Moxley comes into the crowd and nails a DDT on Avalon, kicking him out of the ring. And you get an ovation from the crowd. They say, thank you. Thank you, Moxley. Thank you, Moxley. Well, AEW Wrestling at this link. And John Moxley wants to get straight to the point. Dirty deeds right off the bat. Moxley then grabs the microphone to talk about Full Gear, which is now an unsanctioned match. No time limits, no DQs, and no rules. But officially, the match doesn't even count. Moxley says when he beats Omega, and they are just going to pretend like it never happened, Moxley feels like AEW is trying to treat him like a freak. Keep him in a little box. Moxley says these guys in suits always coming up to him. John, we know you're a different kind of cat. He says he knows what that means and it's an insult. Moxley says if this is how it's going to be, he tells AEW to shove it up their butts to close the segment. Moxley then says he will beat Omega within an inch of his life. He tells AEW and all the suits in the back, kiss his butt and get the hell out of the way. SCU versus Lucha Brothers for your AEW World Tag Team Championships as your main event. Private Party sitting in the ringside to take in the match. Dark Order watching on backstage. Kazarian and Pentagon get things started as they swing away at each other. Phoenix and Sky both already in there and swing away. Pentagon and Phoenix with a flurry of attacks on Sky. Pump handle driver on Kazarian by Pentagon. On the outside, Phoenix and Sky battle away. Pentagon looks for a pile driver, but Sky runs into the ring and wrestles Pentagon. Sling blade on Sky. Kazarian eats an elbow by Pentagon. Phoenix runs the top rope and kicks Kazarian in the face. Pentagon rolls him up for a 2 count as Phoenix tags in. Well, comments from TD_wrestling at this link shows the video. SCU love the teamwork of Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. Crowd pretty split for this match as Kazarian hits a springboard leg drop. Pentagon looked to kick Kazarian, but catches Phoenix instead. Kazarian with a guillotine leg kick on Pentagon, sending him to the floor. Sky with Hurricanrana off the steps on Pentagon. Back in the ring, release German suplex on Phoenix, covers for a 2 count. Phoenix gouges Sky's eyes. Phoenix runs up the ropes with Kazarian's arm. Sky throws a punch. Phoenix leaps over it, stays on the ropes, hits a twisting arm drag on Kazarian. Crowd goes wild for that. Pentagon still on the floor and drop both opponents. Pentagon bends Kazarian over his knee. Phoenix with a springboard leg drop over Kazarian. Action can be found on this link from AE Wrestling at Ray Phoenix. MX going full assault mode onto SCU. Back inside the ring, Phoenix with a cover for a 2 count. Phoenix really working over Kazarian, kicking him on the wrong side of town. On their side of the ring, Kazarian tries to fight back, hits an angel's wing, slowly makes his way over to tag Sky. Clothesline both opponents, diving back elbow, drop kick on Pentagon. Sky ends up on the apron, springboard Hurricanrana, sending him out of the ring. Elbows to Phoenix. Sky with a flip up and down on Pentagon to the floor. Phoenix lands a drop kick through the ropes on Sky. Kazarian tries for Hurricanrana off the top rope to send Phoenix off the apron, but ended up clucking his own head on the apron. Back in the ring, assisted swinging DDT on Pentagon. Sky with a crazy twisting Hurricanrana on Phoenix, covers for a 2 count. Everyone striking everyone. Pentagon with a springboard Canadian Destroyer on Kazarian. Phoenix with a big cutter on Sky, covers for a 2 count. Both Phoenix and Sky crossbody each other. Pentagon powerbombs Kazarian through the timekeeper's table. Sky eats a super kick by Pentagon. Phoenix leaps up on Pentagon's shoulders and splashes down on Sky. Covers for a 2 count. Phoenix stays up top. For the finisher, Sky inside with an inside cradle for the 1-2-3. Winner and new tag team champions, SCU, Kazarian, and Sky. Action can be found in this link thanks to AE Wrestling. And new hashtag AEW World Tag Team Champions at Scorpio Sky and at Frankie Kazarian, hashtag SCU. Matches are expected to stream on next Tuesday's AEW Dark. After AEW Dynamite, Big Swole and Mercedes Martinez lost to Sadie Gibbs and Ali. Pictures that can be found on this link. Also, Joey Janela and Jimmy Havoc defeated Jurassic Express of Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt in the second dark match. Pictures can be found in that link. New Japan Pro Wrestling is advertising they are allowing video recording during Showdown at LA Photo Credit LA event. Thanks to their Twitter account, New Japan Pro Wrestling announced earlier in the day that they are going to allow video recording and social media uploads during Showdown in Los Angeles. Video recording and social media uploads are normally strictly prohibited from NJPW events. Well, all WWE, all wrestling events. Copyright. NJPW is calling the November 11th event Social Media Showdown. The event is to honor the inauguration of New Japan Pro Wrestling America. A few rules that NJPW shared for fans before they start filming and uploading. Feel free to film and share the action from all the matches. We ask that fans refrain from filming entrances and the event open. Music, probably. Copyright. When you share a video, keep clips to no longer than 30 seconds and use hashtags. Hashtag NJOA and hashtag NJ Showdown to make sure your message gets spread far and wide. Those are your rules. Shooting video for commercial use is prohibited. Showdown in LA will be at the Globe Theater in Los Angeles. Impact Wrestling News. Well, Kylie Ray has made quite a few headlines over the last few weeks as she was released from AEW and subsequently making her Impact debut for a few weeks later at Bound for Glory 2 weeks ago. However, it appears as though no long-term deal has been made between Impact and Ray, as Impact co-executive vice president Scott D'Amore implied on an Impact media call in which Wrestling Inc. Nick Hossman asked about Ray's status. We were happy and honored to have Kylie Ray as a surprise entrant in the Call Your Shot gauntlet. Kylie is an amazing performer and has a charisma that very few do. The door is certainly open if Kylie chooses that she's interested in being part of Impact, and I think she would excel in our amazing Knockouts division. She is exactly what we like to feature, which is talented, world-class female athletes with amazing personas and connects with the audience, stated Moore. Impact is heading to AXS TV already, and Moore was asked if there are any new plans for the Knockout division on their new network. We're always looking to add new talent because wrestling always has changeover. Its characters have to come in, they tell their story, go on their saga, and they move on somewhere else, and we bring in new characters. So we're always on the lookout for great talent, said Moore. We saw some amazing talent in Kylie, and otherwise at Bound for Glory, you're certainly going to continue to see new talent emerge in the Knockout division and against male competitors. Moore is also discussed if the Knockout division could expand in terms of titles by bringing back the Knockout Tag Team Championship. As we continue to build a robust Knockout division, at some point in time, we will examine if it's a situation where we look to add Knockout Tag Team Championships, stated Moore, or it is simply where we approach 2020 and we're on equal footing with the intergender wrestling. Will we see two of our amazing females team up to chase after the current Impact Tag Team Champions? Remember, they are the Impact World Tag Team Championships, not the Impact Men's World Tag Team Championships. After being with the WWE for over 5 years and going through various gimmicks, Emma, aka Tennille Dashwood, was released in 2017 from WWE. And since then, she's worked the Indies with Ring of Honor and is currently signed to Impact Wrestling. She revisited being released by WWE when she was interviewed by Chris Van Vliet from AEW. And this link and highlights, as she says, it was actually a real big shock for me. I had no idea at the time, talking about her release. I was in a feud with Asuka, and we had just done the pay-per-view. And that was her debut, her pay-per-view debut. I think it was her actual debut as well. We had an awesome match. I remember everyone loved it. And when we had a match on Raw the night after, and then basically by the end of the week, I had a call saying I was released. From what I heard, it was just that. Honestly, I don't even know why. No, because I feel like there is more to it than that. What I was told and was kind of a very brief conversation, and not necessarily everyone agreed or whatever it was. Basically, I think the boss wasn't happy with something, and that was kind of it. I was very shocked because I literally was packed to go to the European tour. So a two week overseas. I had my bags packed. It was on a Sunday. I was on my way to the airport. Basically, I got a call and was like, what? Dashwood made her Impact debut in August, which was right around the same time she appeared at AEW's All Out in the Casino Battle Royal. She discussed how the deal with Impact came about amidst her working with the other promotions. I was in talks for a while and kind of was keeping my options open and kind of just enjoying working for the independent scene, which I still am. So I managed to kind of do these shows and stay a free agent, basically, so it's the best of both worlds, said Dashwood. It was awesome because I think people had been waiting to see where I was going, what I was going to do, and even better when they announced the TV. Go to that link for more. RVD cut a promo on Impact on this week's show, explaining why he turned on Rhino at Impact Bound for Glory. RVD noted that he was tired of carrying Rhino on his back, much like he carried the ECW roster back in the day. RVD noted his moveset came from his mind but today's wrestlers are stealing his moves. He then mentioned Kenny Omega, Daniel Bryan, and the Young Bucks. Without RVD there would be no Kenny Omega. There would be no Daniel Bryan. Without RVD, there would be no Young Bucks. And Van Dam closed out his little thing. And that can be found in this link. Well, Ring of Honor TV episode 422 can be found in this link. Ring of Honor also announced that they are moving their Texas tour to June the 5th and June the 6th instead of November 9th and 10th. The official cited operational conflict as the primary reason for the reschedule. The June 5th event will be in Dallas at Gilley's, and the June 6th event will be in San Antonio at the Aztec Theater. Fans who bought tickets will be provided with full refunds. Those also have the option to use the tickets for the June 5th and 6th events. Very similar to those who had WWE tickets for CenturyLink here at Shreveport. Also, meet and greet events will still be happening on November 9th in Dallas and November 10th in San Antonio. Matt Taven, Jay Lethal, Dalton Castle, and Ring of Honor World TV Champion Shane Taylor have already been announced for those events. Ring of Honor will be announcing locations and more talent in the coming days. No wrestling, just meet and greet. I don't understand that. Well, WWE held 2 dark matches before NXT episode from Full Sail Live. First saw Reina Gonzalez defeat MJ Jenkins in singles action. Tyler Breeze and Fandango defeated the team of Austin Theory and Raul Mendoza in the second match. NXT results live from the Full Sail Winter Park, Florida. Video package with recent highlights airing on the big screen as singer and YouTube star Poppy performed her I Disagree single on the stage along with her band. Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae was your first match. Poppy goes right into her scary mask single for Io Shirai's entrance and makes her way to the ring for a pop. This is the same song that was used for a video package on Shirai to hype her TakeOver Toronto 2019 match with Candice LeRae back in August. Poppy heads to the ring with Shirai while performing, and they pose in the middle of the ring together and fans cheer. LeRae was out next as Alicia Taylor does the ring introductions. The bell rings and they go at it. Shirai with momentum now. Shirai with a big suicide dive to the floor, but Candice comes right back with a dive of her own for a pop. They bring it back in the ring. And Candice mounts offense. Candice drops Shirai with a big kick for a 2 count. Shirai goes on and drops Candice out of the corner for a 2 count. Shirai keeps control and tries to put Candice away once again. Shirai keeps Candice grounded as the fans try to rally. Candice tries to fight up, but Shirai stabs her back to the mat. Shirai with a drop kick. Fans are dueling chances. Shirai keeps control and kicks Candice around. Candice gets up and fires back with the strikes while they're standing. Candice rolls her up for a 2 count. Candice with a chop and more offense. Shirai with an impressive counter, but Candice nails an insecurity for a 2 count. Candice's nose is bleeding now. I didn't see how it got busted open, but Shirai blocks the suplex on the apron and they tackle. Shirai kicks Candice in the face, but Candice fights back. Shirai manhandles Candice on the apron as a referee warns her. Candice blocks a German suplex on the apron, then back elbows Shirai in the ring. Candice goes up top, but Shirai rocks her with a right hand. They end up on the top. Candice shoves Shirai to the mat. Shirai charges back up and shoves Candice from the top turnbuckle out to the floor. Candice lands hard on the outside as we go back to commercial. Back to the right, they trade shots in the middle of the ring. Candice with a clothesline and then a drop kick, sending Shirai into the corner. Candice ends up hitting a tornado DDT out of the corner for a close 2 count. Candice sells a neck injury from the DDT. More back and forth. Shirai blocks a super swinging neck breaker and sends Candice to the mat. Shirai fouls for the top with a moonsault, but Candice gets her knees up. More back and forth as they get more aggressive with each other now. Shirai tries for her armbar on the mat, but can't get it. So she goes into her scissors around the neck. Candice tries to get out, but Shirai keeps it locked in. Candice gets her boot on the bottom rope to break the hold. Shirai brings a steel chair into the ring and goes to swing it, but the referee grabs it. From her, and they have words. Candice takes advantage and comes from behind for a roll up and a 2 count. Candice comes right back and drops Shirai on her face for a 2 count. Candice goes on and tries for a springboard moonsault from the second rope to Shirai while she's laying on the chair. Shirai moves and Candice lands on the chair. Shirai goes on and takes advantage, covering Candice for the pin in the win. Winner of the match, Io Shirai. After the match, Shirai stands tall as the music plays. We go to replays, come back to Shirai attacking Candice. The announcer with strikes. Fans pop as Rhea Ripley runs into the ring to make a save. Ripley hits the ring and attacks Shirai. She swings the chair, but Shirai retreats to the floor as the fans chant Rhea's name. Shirai yells back at Rhea in the ring. I don't know who's a good guy or a bad guy in this. As Rhea seemed to be a bad guy last week. Heel. But here we go. We see Mauro Ranallo, Nigel McGuinness, and Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix at the announce table. Hyping tonight's show, they confirmed the main event to be the Undisputed Era versus Matt Riddle and Keith Lee in a non-title. Mauro leads us to a video package with the highlights on Finn Balor's heel turn from last week, including reactions from the media and Balor's comments on WWE Backstage. Nigel says Balor is up next. We go back to commercial. Back to the break, we see how Damian Priest defeated Pete Dunne 2 weeks ago. The rematch will take place next Wednesday. We go to the ring. Out comes Finn Balor to a loud mixed reaction. Boos pick up as Balor takes the mic. Some fans are cheering him on and chanting, "Thank you, Finn." Balor talks about how it's funny the way things changed. He mentions how he took a loss to the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, because he got a new mask. Balor says, well, now he's taking off his mask, and Balor, is the hottest thing going on in the business. Balor says everyone has their opinions. The Office, the boys in the back, the Twitter tough guys, others. The problem around here is that there are too many fans in the locker room when they should be sitting out here in the crowd. Balor says, let's make one thing clear. He doesn't watch this business. The business watches him. Some fans chant, NXT now. Balor says, this brings him to one thing, Johnny Gargano, the heart of NXT. Some fans boo Gargano's name. Balor congratulates Gargano on getting out of the hospital from last week's attack and then threatens to send him back. Balor says Gargano then won't be Johnny Wrestling. He will be Johnny Watches Wrestling, the way it's supposed to be. Balor drops the mic and makes his exit from the ring as his music hits. Who's he think he is? CM Punk? Nigel leads us to a video package on the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Back to commercial. Back with the rate, we get hype for Cameron Grimes versus Tyler Bate for later on. Bronson Reed versus Shane Thorne was up next. We go to the ring for a battle of Australians as Shane Thorne comes out first. Bronson Reed was out next. Well, Bronson Reed was out next. The bell rings. Thorne immediately nails a huge drop kick, sending Reed out into the corner. Thorne with more big offense and a cannonball in the corner. Some fans boo Thorne. Reed comes right back and levels Thorne. Nails the cannonball of his own. Fans chant for Reed and cheer him on. Reed and Thorne trade chops in the middle of the ring. They continue to unload with big chops on each other. Reed with a big discus clothesline. Thorne counters and levels Reed for a close 2 count. Thorne kicks while Reed is down on his knees. Reed tries to block to fight back, but Thorne unloads and kicks with the fans booing him. Reed catches the kick and walks Thorne to the mat with a big right hand. Reed with a clothesline. Reed launches Thorne with a huge German suplex out of the corner. Reed goes on and drives Thorne into the mat for another 2 count. Reed goes to the top, but Thorne jumps up with an insecurity. Thorne rocks Reed and climbs up top. Thorne goes for the big Hurricane, but Reed shoves him out of midair to the mat. Reed leaps out and flies high with a huge splash, nailing it for the pin and the win. Winner of the match, Bronson Reed. After the match, Reed stands tall as his arm is raised. As his music plays, fans cheer him on as we go to replays. Reed poses in the middle of the ring, plays to the crowd, and they clap for him. Kathy Kelly's backstage with Tegan Knox and Dakota Kai, hyping up their tag team championship match. Kai admits that they're nervous for tonight's title shot and says they've worked hard to come back from knee injuries, but they will bring it to the Kabuki Warriors. Nox is also confidential for tonight's match and says she couldn't think of a better way to win the title than with her best friend. Back to commercial. Back for the ring, we get a victory for Mia Yim. Women's Tag Team title match, Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox versus the Kabuki Warriors. We go to the ring for tonight for this next match, Tag Team Championship match. And Women's Champion Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai came out to a pop. Out next for your Tag Team Champions. And welcome back, champ, from the crowd. We get formal ring introductions from Taylor. Asuka starts off with Nox. Fans chant, Asuka's gonna kill you. As we get the belt, lock up. Asuka takes the toe with a headlock. They break up. They run the ropes. And Asuka drops Nox with a kick. Fan chant for Asuka. Sane tags in, and the fan chant her name. Sane drops Nox with a stiff right hand. Sane mocks Nox and yells at her to hit back. They trade big strikes in the middle of the ring. Sane stomps on Nox's foot and then knocks her to the mat. Nox comes back with a drop kick to both opponents. Sane and Nox end up on the floor as Asuka takes Kai down. Nox goes for Asuka, but Sane sends Nox into the steel ring steps. Kabuki Warriors stand tall at ringside as we go to commercial. And we actually get a side video of actually going on the side. But we come back for the break. Asuka gets double teamed by Kai and Nox in the corner several times. Kai covers, but Asuka kicks out of two. Kai with more offense on Asuka while she's down. Kai with a kick and a 2 count. Fans rally for Asuka. Asuka with a big dragon screw leg whip and a hip attack to send Kai from the apron to the floor. Nox checks on her tag team partner at ringside. Asuka follows and brings it back in. Asuka with a leg lock on Kai. Kai fights out of the hole with kicks to the head, and Nox waits for a tag. Asuka stops her from getting the bottom rope. More back and forth with Asuka keeping control. Sane tags in and taunts Nox. Then hits the sliding knee on Kai in the corner. Sane with a nonchalant cover as Kai kicks out at 2. Sane wraps Kai's knee around her and applies another submission. They tangle on the mat again, and Sane keeps control. Asuka tags back in and keeps Kai down. Some fans try to rally for Kai and turns into a submission into a 2 count by Asuka, but Asuka kicked out. Sane comes back in and taunts Kai, talking trash and telling her to bring it. Kai unloads and Sane tells her to keep it on. They fight and Sane levels Kai with a stiff palm strike to the chest. Fan chant for Kai again as she applies a head scissor on the mat. Kai tries for a pin, but Sane levels her with an axe kick. Asuka comes in and keeps control with a quick double team. Asuka kicks Kai around and talks some trash. Fans are dueling chances. Asuka works Kai over for another 2 count. Asuka takes her time and taunts Kai while working her around some more. Asuka bends the leg back with another submission as we go back to commercial. We'll come back from the break. Sane goes for a submission and a 2 count. Asuka tags back in and continuing working on the leg. Asuka turns Kai over into a Boston Crab now. Sane tags back in for several double team power moves. Sane with a close 2 count. Kai goes for a tag, but goes to the wrong corner. Kai fights both opponents in the corner now. Both of the champs end up down on the floor. Fan cheer as Kai calls for a tag. Sane tries to stop, but Kai rocks her with her kick. Nox is excited for the kick as Kai crawls. Nox and Asuka tag in at the same time. Nox unloads and hits a choke slam. Nox runs wild from corner to corner as both opponents are down. Nox drops him again and hits a big flying crossbody from the top on Asuka for a 2 count. Nox charges at Asuka with a flying knee, but Asuka catches it and applies a knee bar. Nox fights out and goes right into the armbar. Sane breaks it up with a boot. Kai drops Sane with a kick. Asuka with a German suplex to Nox. Kai levels Asuka with a kick to the face, but goes down clutching her knee. Fans pop and chant NXT now. Knox hobbles into the corner and tags in Kai. Kai unloads on Asuka and then hits a big running boot in the corner. Sane distracts the referee from the apron, allowing Asuka to side out of a move and then spits the green mist in the face of Kai. While the referee wasn't looking, Asuka tags in Sane and Asuka goes over and knocks off the apron. Sane goes over the top, hits the insane elbow drop for the pin to retain. After the match, Asuka and Sane challenge the music hits. We go to replays. Asuka and Sane exit with the titles. Knocks the Kai in the ring, recovering. When the music hits, out comes Marina Shafir, Jessamine Duke, and NXT champion Shayna Baszler. The women, or horsemen. Knox immediately attacks Baszler as the horsewomen in her ring, but Duke and Shafir quickly double team her. Knox fights him off, but she gets beat down, and Baszler also nails a big kick, then kicks Kai out of the ring. Duke and Shafir hold Knox down on the mat as Baszler gets ready to injure her. Music hits again. Out comes Rhea Ripley to the stage. Ripley stares him down from the stage. Slowly walks down the ramp as Duke and Shafir take Knox to the floor while Baszler stands in the ring and waits for Ripley to come and fight. Io Shirai runs down out of nowhere and drops Ripley at ringside, and they brawl. Bianca Belair and Candice LeRae also get involved. Baszler and Ripley are the only two superstars left standing so far. They stare each other down, and Ripley enters the ring. Baszler and Ripley go at it. Other superstars hit the ring, and the brawl continues. Security and others run down from the backstage. They're breaking up. General Manager of NXT, William Regal, appears on the platform near the announcer that says there's only one solution for this: War Games. And he tells them to stop the action. Fans go wild at the announcement as the first ever women's War Games match has been announced. More brawling has continued as the two sides are finally separated and stare each other down as you get 5 versus 5. Back to commercial. Back for the break, we'll see what just happened with the women's War Game match, first ever. This hasn't been confirmed. It looks like the War Games match will see NXT Women's Champion Baszler, Duke, Shafir, and Shirai Belair taking on Candice LeRae, Rhea Ripley, Dakota Kai, Tegan Knox, and a fifth partner. Probably, likely, Mia Yim. Tyler Bate versus Cameron Grimes. We go to the ring. Out first comes Tyler Bate. Cameron Grimes is out next, of course. The bell rings in and they lock up. They back and forth start. Grimes takes Bate down and keeps him grounded. More back and forth on the mat. They finally get up, and Bate nails the dropkick. Bate spins Grimes around and drop kicks him out of the ring to the floor. Bate runs the ropes for a dive, but Grimes runs in and stops him. Grimes drives Bate down into the mat for a close 2 count. We go back to commercial. Back for the break. Grimes nails a Carolina Reaper on Bate for a 2 count. More back and forth. Bate with a European uppercut and a big drop kick. Bate still can't get the win. Bate with standing shooting star press for a 2 count. Bate ends up nailing a big hurricanrana out of an electric chair position from Grimes. Grimes still kicks out of 2, and the crowd can't believe it. Grimes blocks the title driver and nails a Superman forearm. Bate with a big right hand. They collide again, and Grimes comes out on top of the crossbody collision course, covering for a close 2 count. More back and forth. Bate with a rebound, lariat for another close spin attempt. Grimes avoids the title driver again. Grimes looks to retreat to the floor for a breather, but Bate pulls him back. Grimes with a back elbow. Bate clotheslines Grimes to the floor. Bate with a rolling kick to nail Grimes at the ropes. Bate runs the ropes again, nails a huge suicide dive. NXT chant breaks out for the crowd. We see Killian Dane appear at ringside, distracting Bate. Grimes takes advantage of the distraction and nails the cave-in double stop for the pin and the win. After the match, Grimes stands tall as the music hits. He quickly makes his exit. Dane enters the ring and nails a big senton on Bate while he's down. Bate is down on the floor now, leaning against the steel steps. Dane nails a big cannonball into Bate and the steps. Dane yells at Bate's face and warns him to tell his friend that they have unfinished business. Apparently, to Trent 7 or Pete Dunne as Dane walks off. We see the Undisputed Era backstage warming up. Back for 8, we get a vision for Angel Garza. Kathy Kelly reveals that Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler will be team captains for the Women's War Game match. She says the women's locker room is buzzing for the match, and updates will be coming. Undisputed Era versus Matt Riddle and Keith Lee. Your main event. Out first comes Keith Lee. Matt Riddle was out next. Then your tag team champions from NXT, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Bell rings, then they lock up as Riddle gets taken out first. They go for Lee, but he fights both opponents off. Lee levels Fish with a huge shot in the middle of the ring as the fan chants his name. Lee avoids a double team on the floor, knocks O'Reilly from the apron. Fish and O'Reilly on the floor to regroup. Riddle drops O'Reilly at ringside. Riddle backs Fish back into the ring as Lee drops Fish with a shoulder as he re-enters. Riddle tags in, rocks Fish with a big overhead chop as Lee holds him. Lee does the same. O'Reilly comes over, but he also takes a big chop, and Riddle has dominated the champion so far. Riddle then nails a jackhammer on Fish in the middle of the ring, just like Hall of Famer Bill Goldberg, as he keeps on taunting him because he wants a match with him. The screen splits as we go to commercial. Back to the ring, Riddle is dominating Fish. Fish rocks Riddle with a running shot to the jaw to turn it around as Riley tags in and unloads on Riddle in the corner with strikes. Fans are dueling chants. Fish with another quick tag as he keeps strikes going on Riddle in the corner. The chance with another double team out of the corner as Riley covers for a 2 count. O'Reilly with more offense on Riddle to keep him down. Fish tags in with a senton. Fish rocks Riddle with a knee strike. Fish scoops Riddle and drives him into the mat for a 2 count. Fish with a submission from behind while on the mat. Lee tries to rally fans for Riddle. Riddle powers up with Fish on his back, but Fish decks Riddle to break it. Riddle gets up and fights back with strikes. Riddle is sleeper hold, but Fish fights him off. O'Reilly tags back in, and this leads to O'Reilly nailing a running boot in the corner on his own partner, and the double team backfires. Riddle with heel strikes to O'Reilly now, while Fish is down on the outside. Riddle drops O'Reilly and crawls for a tag, but Fish keeps Lee from the apron to prevent it. O'Reilly goes back to work on Riddle with a big kick to the face. Riddle fights off the chest with the kicks and double knees to counter him with big kicks at the same time. O'Reilly with a big brain buster. Fish covers, but Lee breaks up the pin. O'Reilly with a guillotine submission. Fish rocks Lee on the apron. It angers him. Riddle kicks Fish and avoids a big double team. Then tags in Lee. Lee runs wild on both opponents. Lee runs the ropes and nails a big clothesline for another pop. Lee launches both opponents through the air at the same time. Lee with a double backdrop as well. Takes out Lee to save Fish. Fish lands on Lee's jaw. Riddle keeps control of the match and knocks Riddle to the floor again. Riddle nails a big twisting moonsault from the apron to the floor, taking down all 4 members of the Undisputed Era. Fish and Riddle go at it in the ring. Riddle with a ripcord knee. Lee with a pounce to send Cole into Strong on the floor. This leads to Fish and O'Reilly hitting the ring to nail the total elimination on Riddle for the pin and the win. Winners of the match, Undisputed Era. After the match, music hits, the Undisputed Era stand tall, raises all of the NXT gold in the air. Attack Lee and Riddle. Music hits, out comes Tommaso Ciampa to a pop. Ciampa runs down the ramp with his crutch and drops O'Reilly at ringside and then Strong. He enters the ring and continues swinging the crutch, taking down Fish. Cole and Ciampa stare each other down. Ciampa drops O'Reilly as he charges. Ciampa unloads on O'Reilly as Cole retreats. O'Reilly is left alone in the ring with Riddle. Lee and Ciampa now. Ciampa sends O'Reilly into a final flash from Riddle. Lee grabs O'Reilly and launches him from the ring and on the other members of the Undisputed Era ringside. Fan chat NXT. Ciampa spots the NXT title belt laying on the mat. Fan chat Goldie. As Cole yells at Ciampa to keep his hands off the title, Ciampa leaves the title on the mat and tells Goldie it will have to wait because Daddy's going to war. Fans pop as Ciampa has apparently declared war on Cole for takeover. Cole grabs the belt, goes back to join the teammates on the ramp. 2 sides face off from the stage and the ring as NXT goes off the air. The dark matches from the thing. That was it. The thing I already told you that. And that concludes my video for this week's NXT versus AEW. Thanks again. Peace out. See you one more.